Just days before the first strikes, Iranian state hackers pulled off one of the most devastating cyber ops in modern history, seizing a staggering 3 terabytes of top-secret Israeli intelligence. Not just military secrets, but compromats. Files detailing Israel's vast surveillance operations, including deep cover programs inside the United States. And within that trove, evidence of crimes, unspeakable crimes, implicating some of the most powerful people on Earth. This isn't just about war, it's about blackmail, betrayal, and a global house of cards on the brink of collapse. Stay tuned. What's coming next may rewrite everything you thought you knew. Before we dive in, if you're interested in sponsoring this show, please email sponsor@thepeoplesvoice.tv. Our videos attract millions of engaged viewers on X and Rumble. If you're interested in getting your product or service in front of all these people, please email us at sponsor@thepeoplesvoice.tv. According to Mossad, the world isn't just a stage, it's their stage. They cast themselves as the directors, producers, and lead actors in a global psyop, engineered to manipulate perception and advance their agenda. This isn't a theory. They admit to it themselves. It's right there in their official motto. Wage war through deception and trickery.
We create a pretend world. We are a global production company. We write the screenplay. We're the directors. We're the producers. We're the main actors. The world is our stage.
This is Mossad's old office. Its motto from Proverbs 24:6 says in so many words, wage war through deception and trickery.
At the heart of Israel's global deception lies a sprawling web of espionage and blackmail, one that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't just connected to, but a key part of. His VIP network, his mansions wired with hidden cameras, his ties to intelligence agencies, all threads in a much larger operation built on surveillance and coercion. This week, Iranian state hackers accessed a portion of Mossad's classified intelligence files. Among the revelations, what they describe as Netanyahu's personal blackmail archive. Private footage of world leaders and politicians captured through hidden cameras in their homes, along with hacked phone and laptop data. Allegedly, this trove was used not just to control adversaries, but powerful figures both inside and outside of Israel. Such was the devastating nature of the compromat, Netanyahu knew there was no time to waste. This wasn't just a breach, it was an existential threat to Israel's global influence and the shadow networks it relies on. Within hours of the breach, war was declared. Under the cover of preemptive defense, Israeli warplanes launched coordinated strikes on key Iranian military and intelligence facilities. But the real targets weren't weapons, they were people. Senior operatives, data servers, hidden bunkers. Anything and anyone who could possess or leak what Iran had uncovered. Why the urgency? Because if even a fraction of this compromat goes public, if the world sees the true scale of Israel's blackmail operations, their deep ties to Western institutions, their weaponization of paedophilia, and how far they've gone to stage manage geopolitics, the fallout will be catastrophic. This isn't about protecting national security, it's about preserving the illusion and ensuring the world never sees behind the curtain. Let me give you just a taste of the lengths they're willing to go to. First case study, Jeffrey Epstein. The official story says that he died in a New York jail cell, but those in the know aren't buying it, and neither should you. When the heat became unbearable and the risk of exposure too great, they didn't sacrifice him, they rescued him. Epstein was smuggled out of the US under the nose of the so-called justice system and quietly returned to Israel. A high-value asset protected at all costs. It was a masterclass in misdirection. Israel pulling the strings, making a mockery of US law and showing just how deep their influence runs. Second case study, 9/11. Yes, that 9/11. Stay with me, because the evidence we've uncovered doesn't just raise questions, it blows the official narrative wide open. Netanyahu first predicted the World Trade Center would be attacked in his 1995 manifesto, Fighting Terrorism, How Democracies Can Defeat Domestic and International Terrorists. As though that wasn't damning enough, there is a video in which Netanyahu chillingly explains the details of exactly what was going to happen on September the 11th, 2001.
I said that the West really doesn't understand militant Islam. So I wrote a book in 1995, and I said that if the West doesn't wake up to the suicidal nature of militant Islam, the next thing you'll see is the militant Islam is bringing down the World Trade Center. Nations, democracies don't go to war easily, and they usually debate and argue before they do. Sometimes they have to be bombed into going to war. In fact, that's what happened in World War II. All of Europe had been conquered. America was actually bombed in Pearl Harbor, and that was a pivotal event that opened the eyes of Americans. And once their eyes were opened, they gathered the power that is available in this great free nation, and the result was preordained. I think in a similar way, the bombing of September 11th, the bombing of September 11th opened the eyes of Americans.
For anyone out there thinking, sure, maybe Netanyahu had foreknowledge of 9/11, but he's telling the truth this time about Iran's weapons of mass destruction, think again. US intelligence assessed just weeks ago that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon.
The IC continues to assess that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon, and Supreme Leader Khamenei has not authorized the nuclear weapons program that he suspended in 2003.
Here's the reality. Netanyahu has been crying wolf about Iran's imminent nuclear bomb for over 30 years. Every year, a new deadline. Every year, the world inches closer to war based on nothing but fear and fabrication. Sound familiar? It should. He used the exact same script with Saddam Hussein, feeding the Bush administration exaggerated claims about Iraqi WMDs to push for war. The result? No WMDs. Just endless bloodshed, destabilization, and a legacy of lies.
There is no question whatsoever that Saddam is seeking and is working and is advancing towards the development of nuclear weapons. No question whatsoever. If you take out Saddam's regime, I guarantee you that it will have enormous positive reverberations on the region.
Benjamin Netanyahu has publicly said the September 11th attacks have been good.
The truth is, Netanyahu didn't just know about 9/11 in advance. Israel was behind it. And for those willing to go down the rabbit hole, the evidence isn't just circumstantial, it's overwhelming. It's been hiding in plain sight this entire time. We'll break it all down right after this word from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is pillsforever.com. If you think Big Pharma have your best interests at heart, think again. Under Biden, the price of medicine in America has skyrocketed, and there are certain medicines Big Pharma don't want you to know about. That's why I've partnered with pillsforever.com. All of their FDA-approved medicines are the cheapest you'll find anywhere. More importantly, you can order medicines that Big Pharma don't want you to have, such as ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and fenbendazole. Speaking of fenbendazole, not only does it get rid of parasites that live inside your body, there have been studies that show fenbendazole can help with cancer. Listen to this testimony of Joe Tippins, a cancer survivor, thanks to fenbendazole.
2 years ago, Joe Tippins says he was told to go home, call hospice, and say his goodbyes. The doctors were unanimous. He was going to die of small cell lung cancer.
Once that kind of cancer goes that far afield, the odds of survival are less than 1%, and the median life expectancy is 3 months.
Tippins says he got a tip, not from a pharmacist, but a veterinarian. And in his desperation, he turned from people medicine to dog medicine. Specifically, fenbendazole.
My insurance company spent $1.2 million on me with traditional means before I switched to a $5 a week medicine that actually saved me.
Get 15% off using coupon code People's Voice at the checkout. Please click the link below this video to take advantage of this fantastic offer.